Hi, Anna. This is Abby. I wanted to tell you that I read your paper and I also read the email that your teacher sent explaining what he wants in the paper. And there's three things that he really wants. He wants a setting, right? He wants a setting and dialogue and and he wants conflicts. So you have a good story here, but you don't have any of these things. So you have to understand what these three things mean. A setting means that you are describing. When you talk about Uganda here, you need to stop right here and make a new paragraph here and give more detail. I tell you what to do here. When you click this right here, when you click the yellow, it will show you right here. It shows, see, if I'm not clicking on anything, you don't know which one I'm doing here. Wait. Whoops, right here. So Uganda, when you click it, it will show you what I said. I said this needs to be a whole paragraph because it's a setting. Start with 7 years ago, I lived in Uganda. And then like 4 or 5 sentences right here about where you are. This is what the setting is called. So the reason why your teacher gave you this story to read, which is called The Most Dangerous Game. I put a link here to the audio. This is the story. And when you listen to this story,
Off there to the right, somewhere, is a large island, said Whitney.
see, this whole story, Sarah, is called a dialogue. So when he's telling the story, notice it's not paragraphs. This is called dialogue. So it's people talking to each other. So this is what your teacher wants to see a lot of, right? He's not saying Rainsford is afraid of the dark. He's having a conversation here. He's afraid of the place. And you can tell he's afraid of the place because he says, I can't tell in the dark. I hope so. Why? Asked Rainfords. So when you're writing your story, you need to say, my mother said, and you put it in quotes like this. And then you maybe ask a question. So there should be, if you are reading this story, that you will see there is so much dialogue. So in your story, you need to make sure, I just lost where your story is. Hold on, I'm going to move this over. I have a lot of links open here. Okay, so for your story, you need to make sure it kind of looks like this book. And I think it would be really important if you read this book. It's going to take about 45 minutes because it's only a 45-minute book. Notice it says 47 minutes. So you listen to this story and do that assignment that the teacher wanted you to do, because what he's saying is there are many conflicts, and a conflict is when there's a problem. Okay? A conflict means, what is the problem? And you have a problem. The problem is that you're being bullied. But he wants a couple. He wants 2 different problems. So you will see when you click on each part, just do what I tell you to do. And then when you're done, if you fixed it, so right here, if you click the first yellow, click it, it says, okay, I'm going to read it. Okay, Miss Anders. And then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to write many sentences here. Notice, I want to zero in on where it happens. You said it happens in the classroom. So you want to have many, many details about this is basically, I was showing you some samples. This is another dialogue. Okay. Dialogues have to look like this. So you want to have many conversations in your story. Okay. And you also have to make sense that you also have to, your teacher said it was supposed to be double spaced, right? So you want to make sure if you do Control and A, it will highlight everything. Control A, then you need to go and make it spaced. You need it to be double spaced. He said he wants everything double spaced. So you need to make sure you do that. Okay, it's going to spread it all out more. And you don't want, yeah, this is good. The rest of it is all good. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to push undo, puts it back. But you can do that at the end. You need to make sure you do that. Okay, but I would first, even though I know you want to do the essay first, I think you really should do this activity first, even though it will take a little longer because you will have a much better paper because you understand that he wants your story to follow all of this sample. Okay, so when you want to know why I put yellow, click on it and read what I said. I said you don't need that sentence. Your teacher just wants you to explain this through the story. That's why you don't need to say that my friends judged me. He wants to see the story. You need to write it like it's a movie. He wants to know, pretend it's a movie, what's happening. My friend who is shorter than most kids, she had on a red skirt, and she was not happy that day or whatever. And then your teacher also said he wants another conflict. So down here, you had your parents come to school. And I thought that could be another conflict because many students would not like that. They would say, oh, look at Sarah. She's making her mom come to class. She's going to be a tattletale or a snitch. So that could actually be another problem, but you're going to have to explain it right here. I wrote this, what everything is here. It's going to be very important that you read everything really carefully and just do everything one step at a time because you have a good story. You just need a lot to change. Okay. At the bottom, what is this part? It's a good conclusion. I would also add that you learned more lessons. So you need to have, again, in order to have a good story, you need to have everything that this story had. Okay, which means you have to have a good setting. You have to explain everything about where you are. That's what a setting is. And a setting, let me show you an example of a setting, is this. Okay, here's another setting. So just listen. It was a town of brick red, or of brick that would have been red if the smoke and ashes had allowed it. But as matters stood, it was a town of unnatural red and black. It had a black canal in it and a river that ran purple with ill-smelling dye and vast piles of buildings full. He's describing a very ugly city that's very polluted. And he doesn't say the city was ugly. He describes it with a lot of detail and a lot of adjectives. So when you write here, when you say, I lived in Uganda, right? You need to explain that in everything. I would start again by saying, describe you lived in Uganda, but then show more. You really want to add a lot more sentences. Explain, okay, now the school, what was the school like? And what you were standing in the classroom, because that's where this next sentence starts. So then make a new paragraph because it's a new thought. So for this one, I said, I don't think you even need this sentence. I would just delete this sentence because you want more dialogue that describes it. So you had a serious problem. So down here, you want to have conversations that look like this. Okay? Your friend says, in the quotes, Sarah, you're so tall. That's nobody likes tall girls, said your friend. And give your friend a name and describe them. Okay, tell me what they're wearing. Tell me what they're looking like. Are they mean? Are they nice? Does she have an attitude? Describe her hair, describe her braids, describe her dress, describe her uniform. Even when you talk about a uniform, it will give more details because you want to be drawing a picture in the person's mind when they read it. Okay, so those are the three big things in your essay that you need to have. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. Here we go. You need to make sure in your story you have all these things. and it's conflicts, more than one. Okay, so I hope that you watch this video again. I'm going to put on here, watch once all the way through, then again, and pause it to make sure you understand what I am saying, okay? Because when I show you this, you might want to stop and read it more. But you'll see when he writes this is called the setting again, okay? This is the setting of a book. So the setting is, where is it happening? What is going on? You don't have that. You don't really talk about the classroom. You don't talk about, the feelings. Maybe it's cold, maybe it's hot, all of that. Okay. Good luck, Sarah. I did say text me if you have any questions, and I will try to respond as much as I can. I want to help you, but I need to see that you're making sure you do everything, because this takes a long time to make the videos. So when I go up here, this is how I make a link. And I'm going to put the link here. So now you can just click it and watch the video. But please, please watch the video, because it's taking a lot of time to go through and do this, because I want you to do well. But you can't just do it really fast. You have to spend at least 2 or 3 hours to try to get this correct. Okay? So be willing to take time. Don't be in a hurry. Okay, bye, Sarah. Good luck. Make sure that you go through every single part, okay? And read it. And when you're done, you can click the check mark. Okay? Click the check mark, and then you'll have a much better paper. And remember the shortcut, Control plus A can highlight the whole paper, because you might want to copy it, or you might want to double space. Double space is this. Nope, this one. Line spacing here. All your papers should be double spaced. Okay? Okay, good luck. Bye.